episode 25. It's been a minute, but we're back. Mike here at the Parent Trap. Time has passed. Things have happened. Life goes on, but we're back. So glad to see you guys again. Glad to be able to communicate and express myself and teach you guys a little something every time I jump into these new episodes. And so we're just going to pick up where we left off. I think my last post was like 6 weeks ago, but it said pick your hard. It said either you're going to give into the behavior or you're going to get through the behavior. In that situation, I was sparked at the moment through a parent conversation where she was struggling between having her 16-year-old son sleep in her bed at night. It was her and her husband, and the husband does work night shifts. And so usually the 16-year-old son would try and either kick dad out or go in as dad left to sleep in the bed with his mother. Other times she said that sometimes it's uncomfortable, so she would even have to go onto the couch and be uncomfortable for 8 hours so her son can sleep in her bed. I simply told her, right, what do you want in this situation? Do you want to sleep in your own bed? Or do you want your son to keep kicking you out of his own bed when he has his own room, he has his own bed, he has his own space, but yet he's kicking you out almost daily for you to go sleep on the couch or for dad to go sleep on the couch, right? So I said, you got to pick. It's fairly simple. And you guys know I keep it very black and white when I come on here. It's either you deal with the behavior. She says he gets really loud, it's super late, and sometimes I just don't want to deal with it. And so I just go sleep on the couch. I say, okay, well, are you comfortable sleeping on the couch? And she's, no, my back hurts and I'm overweight and I'm not comfortable and I have sleep apnea and all these different things. And I'm saying, okay, well, tell him to go back into his room or tell him no. And she says, I do that, but then my husband gets upset and then he starts yelling and screaming and then the whole house just gets upset. And so we just kind of deal with it. I said, okay, well, that can happen, right? You guys can deal with it. It seems like you and your husband need to be on the same page and communicate, but we'll focus on your initial response to your son. And I say, he's 16 years old. He gave a lot of attention-seeking behavior. And so he knows that if I yell loud enough, if I scream loud enough, if I do what I need to do and make a big commotion, I'm going to get my way. And he doesn't care if it's midnight or it's 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning. He's going to do what he needs to do to get what he wants. And I told Mom, it's up to you. If you don't want to sleep on that couch every night, then you need to tell him no, deal with the behavior, and tell him to go to his room. She goes, hey, what if the cops come? I say, okay, well, the cops can come or the neighbors can get upset, but you let the leasing manager know that, hey, my son has this disorder or diagnosis, whatever it may be, and sometimes he engages in, kind of loud or rambunctious behavior, but everything is okay. If the cops do come, you can let the cops know, hey, my son is autistic. He engages in this behavior. He doesn't want to go sleep in his bed for tonight, so he's yelling and screaming. That prompted the neighbors to, call the police, right? And I said, good thing is that if that happens, the neighbors now know that when they get a call from this residence and that number, they know, oh, it's just swallowing out again, right? So there's a good that could come out of that. But overall, I want you to see what you want, right? Pick your hard. Are you going to be comfortable? Or are you going to be waking up on the couch every morning because your 16-year-old son wants you to get out and wants to sleep in your bed? And so it's just those little things that I came on to talk about today, is that it's fairly easy when you chop it down to the bare minimums, right? Hey, Mom, do you want to sleep comfortably every night? Okay, you're going to have to get through that behavior. And it seems like dad is on the other side, right, where he gives into that behavior. So you have a 50-50 between the parents that are not aligned, that are in miscommunication. And so, okay, cool, I can just wait till dad leaves, or I can get dad to a certain level and get my way. So the kid knows that. The kid's going to play into that. The kid's going to do all these things to get his way, how he wants it and when he wants it. So 2 things, right? Pick your hard. Parents, right? Pick your hard. Do I want to give into this behavior right now for future ramifications? Or do I want to get through this behavior right now for future ramifications, right? They're both going to be positive, negative, or if you want to put it in socially appropriate or socially significant behaviors, right? A 16-year-old shouldn't be sleeping in his parents' bed. Socially, culturally, whatever it is, everybody has their different ideas of their child sleeping with them. But in this situation, mom, family, we all agreed that her son should not be sleeping in their bed. And so I said, hey, mom, it's up to you to change it, right? I tell parents that we're always reactionary, right? We react to our kiddos' behaviors. Those behaviors never occur if we, don't allow them to. They're going to get loud. They're going to get noisy. They're going to property destruction. They might do all these things to trigger you. But if you don't react and give them what they want in that situation, that behavior is going to go downwards, right? We're going to see a downward descending trend on those behaviors. So I just wanted to come in, right? Let you guys know, hey, pick your heart. It's going to be 50-50, give in or get through it. Some days you're going to give in. I'm not telling you guys to be perfect. I always just tell you guys to be consistent, right? To be consistent in whatever you do and make sure that you and your spouse or your significant other or whoever's in your household is on that same page. So make sure you guys communicate. Get your kids out of your beds at 16 years old, especially when they have their own room and a queen bed themselves. I'll tap in with you guys next week or soon. I can't promise when I'll hop in there. See you guys later.